committed to 2027?
Well, it's not absolutely my decision, is it? You know, we've got a review going forward, and we'll see what happens at the end of the review.
And you have been quoted recently in the past saying of the World Cup it could be all over.
Well, yeah, again, that's not my decision, is it?
Are you worried you're going to get sacked? Is that what you're saying?
No, not worried. I don't control those sort of things. All I can do is coach. You know, I went to the World Cup, came in a short period of time, had to make a decision on the team, made a decision we needed to go with youth. And whilst the results of the World Cup weren't the results we wanted, I think I've left the Australian team in a great position to go on to 2027. And, you know, that judgment will be decided by the 2027 World Cup.
You've denied that you've spoken to the Japanese Rugby Union. Have you spoken to any third party or private positions?
Third parties, what does that mean, mate?
Recruitment agencies, for example, executive search parties, have you spoken to anybody like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Eddie, there are a number of separate news organisations who have cited separate sources in a couple of occasions, a number of different sources to say that you were either speaking to the Japanese Rugby Union or representatives of the Japanese Rugby Union. Can you explain whether those reports were all inaccurate? Have you been talking to anybody?
Haven't been speaking to anyone, mate. I said that before.
No corporations or anybody like
That's
that.
correct.
Why do you think those theories have come out of it?
I've got no idea, mate.
Have you spoken to the Japanese president?
Not for a long time.
There were reports that you guys had had private discussions about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got no idea, mate.
I guess Eddie, the easy thing for you to say would be, I'm here from now up until the World Cup. No doubt about it.
Oh, well, that's the intention, mate. But as you know, we play in a game where the coach doesn't decide how long they stay.
Have you got support from Rugby Australia?
I believe so. But, you know, we've got to do a review. And obviously the results were disappointing. Everyone's gutted by it, especially myself. But I stand by the decisions we've made, and I think we've left Australian rugby in a better position.
And do you have any break clauses in your contract that, for whatever reason, you see leave early?
Well, that's not really for you to discuss, mate. Is it? That's a private discussion between Rugby Australia and myself, which I'd be breaking confidentiality if I said that. Is that all right?
Eddie, can you reflect on the World Cup and the performance of the team and your own performance? How do you rate it?
Yeah, look, as I said, you know, I came into the Wallabies, short preparation time. I had to make a quick decision on what we do. I had a look at the resources we had, the players we had. I made a decision we've got to go with youth. That's the best option for Australia going forward. I made that decision, and the results of the World Cup weren't how we hoped, but I still think I've made the right decision there.
Can you respond then to criticisms now that going for a youth policy into a World Cup, looking ahead, wasn't the right call, that perhaps you should have included some of the veterans that you left out?
Well, everyone's got their own judgment, haven't they? And they're allowed to have that judgment. My choice was that I decided to go with youth, and I stand by that, because I think those players, we've got a lot of good young players there, a lot of good young players who are really going to benefit from that experience of the World Cup and go forward to the 2027 World Cup.